Welcome back, fellow scrubs. I'm Mark D. Wiz. We're here on Thursday, which has changed subject matter, or rather reverted subject matter. We're back on Retro Mansion game stuff. We did a little stint there. We did Ecto Rush things, and we learned some things that were valuable to this project. That being tile maps. Obviously, it's going to be an old school platformer, this game, so well, I'll just show you. If you haven't seen it before, the basic idea is it's a retro platformer that will not be this fast or this zoomed out, but the idea is that it's going to be a kind of sort of Metroidvania exploration platformer kind of game, kind of like Castlevania-y. But it's going to feature kids that are stuck in a haunted mansion. That's the theme there. And this is the engine that we've been creating over the, I don't know. God, how long have we been working on this? Tim's here in chat. Tim, how long have we been working on it? How long have we been trying to get these damn slopes to work? We were so close, but so far. We took everything from this prototype and we started to reprogram it in a more solid engine. Yeah, since 2114. Yeah. That's the inside joke between me and Tim. That we'll finish a project finally in the year 2114. That's a Mega Man X reference if nobody gets it. I know that really dates us. And it also shows how damn nerdy we are, but that's fine, whatever. It is what it is. So that's the basic idea. Today we're going to try to create a tile map and see how hilariously broken it will be with the current physics that we have. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to get stuck in every block. But I want to just, see what happens. And it's kind of fresh in my mind since we just did it with Ecto Rush. We then time traveled to a year and a half ago. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it has been about that long. On and off, we develop as we have time. We don't necessarily have a budget or anything to keep us flying, but we're doing what we can. So... Yep, you see he moves around, everything. The little trail behind him is just an indicator of where has the character been over the past so many frames. And we can use that to debug certain issues. If we see some irregularity in the pattern, or something looks really strange, then we will investigate it and see what happens. Schmovement? Oh, okay. I'm looking at the word and I'm like, how do I pronounce that? Okay, it's schmovement. And it just dawned on me. Yeah, it's schmovement. It looks like it works really good, but there's a lot of actual problems with this setup, which is why we've taken what we learned here. And in an isolated project file, we started rebuilding this. Yeah, the whole... Sometimes you get stuck trying to get past a corner and sometimes you don't, and it gets really weird. Yeah, we got a lot of edge cases here like this. Sometimes it catches and sometimes it doesn't because floating point math, and it's really frustrating. Let's see. Crimson Guitar says, by the way, I just wanted to thank you for the chat we had on circular buffers earlier today. I wish it went smoother. I should have just looked up the code that I had done, and I could have given you the accurate answer the first time. So that's my bad, but we eventually figured it out, so that's good. A circular buffer, by the way, just to be really quick, instead of using a list or a vector, if you're in C++, not vector in Unity, but a vector in C++, where you can add things to an array and insert and remove and all that stuff. Instead of using that, if you need, if you need only a certain maximum size, you can just make an array of that size, and then you just offset the position of the index whenever you insert something, and it'll cannibalize whatever the oldest value is and set it that way. And that's why they call it a circular buffer, because it moves the data. The data in the array doesn't move, but your starting point for where the array is supposed to start will change, if that makes sense. So if you start, when you first start, you say I've got an array of 100 items, and the circular buffer logic is, if I insert 1 into the array, what it really does is it cannibalizes whatever's at index 0, and then you keep track of, I've inserted 1, so we're going to move the offset 1. So now index 0 is your newest item, and then index 1 is your second newest item, and index 2 is your third newest item, and so on and so forth. So the higher the index number gets, the older the item is. But you keep track of, every time you insert something, you increase the offset. So now when you insert something again, the index 1 is your newest item, because you have to keep moving along the array. Index 0 is still where it used to be when you inserted it. Index 1 now is the newest item. But outside perception needs to be that index 1 is really index 0 from the outside. So when you say I want whatever's at index 0, it needs to give you index 1's contents. And that's why they call it circular, because it's sort of like a pointer moving around the array. And then if you get to the end of the array, you have to wrap back to the beginning of the array. It's a little weird to think about, but that's kind of, hopefully that makes sense. And that's kind of what you do. And this way you can get a growing list. Well, not a growing list, but a list with finite space. And you just drop whatever the oldest thing is. And then you put the newest one in there. And as Crimson Guitarist was saying, we were talking about using it for input logging, for like pretty much any kind of game can use it. But traditionally you think of it like in a fighting game. You want to take, I want all the inputs for the last 100 frames. Every time you insert that into a list, you get a little bit of a performance cost to insert one and remove another. So it's a bit more performant to use one of these circular buffers. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess hopefully that makes sense. It's a little weird to think about, but you're just updating the next index in the array as you keep quote-unquote adding stuff, and you're really overwriting the last, or the oldest one in the array. And then you just keep stepping around the array. So if you have 100 and you insert 50, well, your offset's going to be 50, and now but index 90 or 49 is now your newest element. Maybe Crimson can solve the corner impact problem. Yeah, that one's messed up. I'm not going to go into that one now. That's way too much to explain what's wrong. But at the sort of microscopic level here, what Tim's trying to get at is what happens if I jump and slam this corner into this corner, like at precision. What should happen? Right now it's kind of a crapshoot whether it'll work or not. As we see over here, it stops sometimes and it doesn't other times. So if we go up to here, we get them up to the problem area. Just know this is floating point issue as far as we're aware. And I don't have any answers. It just doesn't work sometimes. Okay, it works here, which is really funny. But over here, it sometimes doesn't work because it's just floating point crap. And now it's just working because floating points sometimes work and sometimes don't. That's wonderful. I love how when I try to exemplify what the problem is, it just decides that it randomly wants to work. Don't worry, it'll stop working eventually. But yeah, it just, the floating point's inaccuracy. If I shoot a raycast out, which is kind of like shooting a little feeler out into the world, at the microscopic level, it will sometimes detect one of these points, and it will sometimes not detect one of these points, and it will just kind of be random because floating points are shitty like that. Yeah, it's a solution. No corners. Yeah, pretty much. But you saw it happen down below. It's where, let's see. Can I get this one to work here? No, that one works all right. It's when you're right at the edge, mathematically right at the edge, and sometimes it'll say, "Oh, you hit a wall," and sometimes it'll say, "No, you're good." It's so messed up, and I hate it. Now here's Tim's phenomenon. I said it would be impossible for it to neither return a left or right in this scenario, and Tim's like, put an error there anyway. And I said, no, it's impossible. It could never happen. And he's like, no, just put one there anyway. Just you know, for the sake of it. And of course, sometimes randomly, we do get neither a left or right. And so I put, damn it, Tim, in there. I don't know. It's all screwy. It's all messed up. Oh yeah, and then sometimes that happens. So there you go. Yeah, it's not easy. We thought we were almost done with this, but so many edge cases keep popping up that we're pretty sure that there's something fundamentally wrong somewhere. And so we kind of started this part over. Oh yeah, like this. I can go left. I can walk left over the blocks that overlap, but I can't walk right over the blocks that overlap. Because, who knows? Probably floating points. I don't know. Yeah, so this is kind of a mini nightmare. If you hit a corner, it pushes you back a pixel so you don't hit the corner again. I don't know, I'd have to think about that. I think we tried to use keep away tactics and those didn't work either. And by keep away tactics, meaning like you can approach a surface, but you can't actually touch a surface. The other scene shows it better. Yeah. Well, either way, like I said, it's getting out of scope of. I could try to explain what's going on, but it would take a very long time to do that. So I just want to do tile maps. I know they're not going to work correctly, but I want to at least experiment with the idea of getting the stuff working. Let's see. So I'm trying to remember what we did in Ecto Rush. It's been a couple weeks. I'm going to make probably over here. We'll put a tile map over here. But first, we've got to a sprite here. We've got to make a tile map. Wouldn't that be great? Here it is. Ah, wrong window. Or rather, it's on the wrong monitor. New. That shouldn't be that big. Alright, let's turn on this. So do a nice 16 by 16 tile. We'll make it look reasonably pretty. Give it a nice bright outline there. And oop. I don't know, like that? It's alright. Oh yeah, when two cubes slide past each other in parallel movement, yeah, that sometimes gives the issue too. It'll just stop randomly. Alright, we've got to make like a legit tile map here. We need, let's see. Well, there's a couple ways we could do this. Yeah, in fact, I'm probably going to do it this way. Make this one really light. And then I'll use this color here, like this. And I think that should tile decently enough. So if I were to move it here, you shouldn't see any major overlap of any one color. Yeah, that should be alright. And I could add this here. Kind of give it a little thing, but then I think we'd lose the line aspect of it. So for debug purposes, not for artistic purposes, I'm gonna leave it like that. So then I'll have one like this. Oop. I had fill on the wrong setting. Yeah. Let's see. I can use this. I'm not too afraid of using this like stacked like that, even though visually like it looks a little strange. But I'm okay with doing that. So the next thing I'm gonna do, actually, well, we don't need a blank space in the, a lot of times on the tile maps I'll leave a blank space for the null. But we don't need to do that with Unity. What we do need is to cover all the diagonals here. Yeah, honestly, this probably should be like this then, too. Maybe? Hold on, let's see. What would this look like as is? It's kind of weird to highlight the bottom, but it kind of like, for debug purposes, it gives me a nice visual on what's there on the bottom. But I could easily just do this instead. You know? I guess since the sides are like that, then I guess that would be the... Man, it looks wacky though, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess that's alright. Then we want not just that, but we want the two angle. So a two-step slope going down. And so we'll mirror that on all sides. Well, let's see. Yeah, I guess this one's gonna be like that. This one be like that. And let's see, what did we do last time? Oh, from here to here, here to here, here to here. I think that's right. Yeah. So these would be 2 tiles. They'd be composed of 2 tiles each. In this case. I mean, I can leave that blank. The tiles that we're using are not very big, so not too worried about that. And these will have to be cut up in the sprites. Oh, we can use the sprite atlas to cut out the dead space too. So you know what? Yeah, let's just leave a blank there for now. I'm trying to think of what other shapes we might have to contend with right now. I guess technically we could do the 90-degree version of this. So it would be like this. We'll do this one. We have a full slope set in the other project file. Well, maybe I just wanted to draw it, Tim. Maybe I felt like drawing today. How about that? I mean, yeah, that looks reasonable enough. I'm trying to think of any other angles we might need. Like, eventually, like, you could make as many types as you want. But for this specific thing, cutting up the horizontal and the vertical slopes can tell you a lot about how good your engine works. Because this is going to be one triangle, and this is going to be another triangle. And it's going to slide you down, but you can't have a hitch there. And likewise, as you're walking from this triangle, well, this is actually more than a triangle, my mistake. This is actually a quad, because you've got this surface, this surface, this surface, this surface. So, no rounded hills. You could, and you could technically do it. You really could do it, and in fact, just for the heck of it, I'll show you how that will work. So why don't we... Yeah, let's use the circle tool. Where is the circle tool? I'm covering my tools up over here. I'd like to take the inverse of this, though. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that. That's not going to line up with the other one, though. What if... Here, hold on, let me take this first. Then we'll try to move this in a way that will line up. Okay, this is where it normally is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there. This is what I'll do. It's going to be a wacky shape like this. This, you can make this work. It's maybe not recommended, but you can make it work, and I'll show you how that does. Wacky Hill Zone, yeah, kind of. I don't know how Sonic accomplishes their version of this, but it's probably not too far off. So yeah, we'll only do one of those tiles, because it's kind of a wacky one there. So let's see. That's my desktop. We want to go to Mansion. Debug tiles. Export debug tiles, and we can export. And yeah, I think that'll work for now. Because really what you're going to do once you import them, you're going to have the ability to dictate what the physics shape is supposed to be. So, let's see. And I'll just put it right here, it's fine. It's kind of a test project now, this whole file structure, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, there's that, but where is the actual? Here they are. Okay, we're gonna say multiple. I don't know what pixels per unit, to be honest. Let's do 16, just to make it easy on ourselves. I'm gonna say mesh type is gonna be full rect. I'm not gonna tell it to generate physics, we're gonna do that ourselves anyway. And then no quality reduction. So when you get in here, you can say slice by grid cell size. Yeah, you can do it this way. You can say 16 by 16. And then, boop, and there you go. And so you see it found all the tiles here for you. So you can apply that, and we save that, right? And now you've got each one of these as their own thing. Oh, I don't want them to be centered, actually, so let me redo that. I want them to be... Should they be top left? I mean, it really doesn't matter which one you pick. You want to pick a corner, typically. It technically doesn't matter which corner you pick. You have to remember that when you're programming it, that your orientation is from that. I'm going to say bottom left. It feels like a nice corner to pick. But as long as it's consistent, that's the important part. So here, custom physics shape, this is what we learned how to do the last time. You can say generate, and it automatically generated a shape. How about that? And you can do that here. But look at this. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. So how do we deal with this? Well, let's see. Can I erase? Pretty sure I can erase nodes here, but I'm afraid that if I just do this and overlap them, that it will keep all the like double nodes in the corner. Yeah, it does. So let's see. Oh, what happened? Oh wait. No, no. Go back. Go back. Okay. Let's see. Is it shift? Control? No, I don't want to make a new one. I don't know what yellow means. Oh, geez, what is that? Well, now it went weird. There's got to be a way to delete one of these nodes. Alright, hold on. It's time to consult the documentation. Google Unity Tile Editor Sprite, or not Tile Editor, but Sprite. What is this called? Custom Physics Shape. Sprite Editor Custom. Here we go. Okay. Yes, here. Using the custom physics shape editor, generate physics shape. To have Unity automatically generate a physics shape that follows the shape of the original texture. Also takes into account transparent areas in the texture. Click the generate button. However, you can adjust how tightly the generated physics shape follows by outline tolerance. Okay, what's ours set to? 0. Okay, well it's still screwed up. It didn't give us the result we wanted, but that's okay. Assuming we can just kind of edit it from here. Manually editing physics shape. Here we go. Moving a control point. Adding or removing control points. Here we go. To add a control point, place cursor over the edge. The outline. Yeah, and you see the preview, right? To remove a control point, select it and press delete. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. You select it, you press delete. Hey, look at that. It's gone. Press delete, boom, it's gone. And that's what we want to do. Cool. And so we generate on here. Click, delete, and there you go. We got a perfect little triangle. How about that? We got a happy little triangle right over here. And we'll do that for all. Thanks, Google. Okay, now here's where it gets a little wacky. We're going to generate this shape and put this here, but notice you can't cross between the two. So we have to generate a version of this that lines up with the other one. See, now this has its 4 points, this has its 3 points. But notice when I click from one to the other, and I don't have my spot on, probably make it a little easier to see. Okay. When I click over here, notice where that point is. When I click to select this one, notice the corresponding point is there. Now mathematically they should be, ideally they should be the same point, but I can pretty much guarantee that it's not going to actually line up at the nanometer level here. So this is where one of the things that we're gonna have to watch out for when the engine decides to like not let us walk from one to the other. Oh, I pressed D instead of delete. What's wrong with me? Why didn't it delete it? Oh, there. And same thing. We'll do this for all these shapes. Oh. No, that was bad. Click it. Delete it. Click it. Move it. Oh. Click. Delete. That look right? Yeah. Undo. There. Make sure that lines up. It's also why it's helpful to have the other shape nearby, so you can see whether or not it actually goes in the right spot. Okay. Move this here. Yep, and it looks like it matches. So I think they're all ready on this one. Oh yeah. So as you can probably guess at this point, yeah, you can just keep adding as many points as you want here. So I could make this as smooth or as unsmooth as I want. Kind of looks like that one's pretty good there. So here, see, this is the slope that I made here based on this. Of putting the points on the points of the texture here. So you can make your own custom shape here. You could make your own little mini circle. Yep, okay, and that's exactly what I was going to get into. Yeah, does adding a lot of points impact performance? Probably. Yeah, I would say it would. I'm not sure if it would tank performance to a point where you wouldn't want to make a custom tile like this. But the more points you do add, the more there is to process. Because typically when you analyze a shape like this, you have to get all the points and then figure out what to do with it. So of course, the more points, the more you have to deal with. Right. I was going to say, well, I was just thinking that it's just like our circle example. And actually, this one should probably be here, right? Yeah. In fact, this is mostly a straight line. Hello. What's up?
You saying hi?
Oh, that's okay. I'm not chastising you. I'm just talking with you.
You just talking?
Just talking.
Oh, talk.
Oh. Oh, yeah, is that the form? Yeah, if you could write out what we need to put in there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it after. Oh, is that Pepper? Oh, it's Tiny. I thought Pepper came up. The dog. But yeah, you can make this as smooth as they'll let you. Now for this, I mean, you know, it's a small pixel thing. Not a big deal. If you had tiles that were more akin to the demo here, you know, high resolution textures, you could get pretty nuanced with it. And you could make a nice looking shape out of it. And do something like that. So it's kind of up to you how much fidelity you want, or how much fidelity you really need, honestly, for your art style. But in this particular case, we don't need too much. So let's see. Generate, delete, delete. Same deal. I mean, these are very basic ones here. So it not too wild. Like I said, if you had textures that were a bit more nuanced in how big they were and their shapes and all that, you might want to get a little more fancy than this. But I think even in games where you have the fidelity to go off the grid, it's still worth considering the grid in your game design. Because having a grid allows the player to better predict if they can or can't jump or traverse a certain obstacle once they get a feel for it. In fact, I think personally why most of the old games are snappy and a lot of new games that go off the grid style of level design feel perhaps a little harder to control or a little more loose, is because it's harder to predict where you can and can't go, where you can and can't jump to or land on, or hey, it's mostly a jump thing, right? Whether or not you can reach out far enough or you can jump high enough. Giving a reasonable block size for the player to I don't know how to put it. Give them a reasonable block size to move around in, they get used to that. And then their brain can just kind of predict whether or not they can make a jump after a while. And they don't know that. It just happens because they're so used to... Their brain picks up on the fact that there's a certain measurement in the size of an interactable, walkable space in the game. And you lose that if you go off the grid. And so I think that there's, at least at the base level, a good reason to block out your levels, even if you have the ability to have more nuance than that. And that's not saying that you can't add details that go off the grid. But you should always start with the grid and then tweak it from there. And then consider how that has a impact on the player's natural predictive tendencies. You know, you gotta get in the player's brain and figure out how that shit works. And I think many games today don't even consider that, which is unfortunate. You know what, we're gonna make a tile sets folder. And then it's gonna want me to make... It's gonna want me to make a tile palettes folder now. You'll see how this works. Now do I have to import? I forget whether I have to import this. Where is packages? Window, package manager. I think it's in the 2D, yeah, 2D tile map editor. It is installed. Okay. We should be okay then. So if we go to the hierarchy, I want to add tile map, rectangular. I call it test tile map. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, the poly circles, right? Here, so what you were saying before, Variant, about having multiple points on a on a line here. See here? The shape we have? We basically programmed a script that says, hey, we want a circle with a certain radius. Now you have to give us flat polygonal surface to cover that. And we tell it how many, see, we can increase or decrease the count of how many sides it has until it's virtually indistinguishable from a circle. Like this one has 74. You can't, even when you zoom in, you can barely see the flat surfaces. That does come at a cost though, as you suspect. It does come at a cost. At least the way that we're doing it right now, it absolutely incurs a cost, and I'll show you. Once the controller syncs up, I'll show you here. See here when I'm walking, you see all those little dots that show up? Those are the spaces in between those flat lines that make up the circle. See? And actually they're not really dots, they're arrows. But you see when I'm moving left or right, you can absolutely see those little dots show up. And what those are telling me in debug is that we're doing collision detections on all of those. Maybe there's a way to simplify that. We're basically saying we detected that we're in the vicinity of this shape up here. So see this box here? We first, because it's really easy to check boxes, we check to see if we're inside the box. Then when we're inside the box, we then grab all the points here that make up our surface. You can see the lines here, the flat lines in between. Each one of these is a point between the lines on the surface. But look at how many there are. And we're doing all those raycasts to try to make sure that we're not bumping into one of these. Or that if we are, that we're processing it correctly. Because we shoot feelers out from the character, but the object itself also shoots feelers back to the character. And between the two readings that we get, we figure out the proper place that the character should end up when they're walking. It's a very oversimplification of the process, but that's why you see all the little arrows. Those are all little feelers looking for the character and trying to find the character. But as you increase the count, we've got 140 faces there. as you increase the count, we have to do more and more of those checks. So it, yes, absolutely does come with a performance cost in that sense. And I got stuck. Oh, he got out. There we go. He got out and he got stuck again. But all these boxes and circles and whatever, they all have feelers that need to try to detect the player. And that's honestly, that's how we detect whether or not we're hitting the side of something here. So like if we zoom in here, if I hold right, you see how I'm getting closer and closer? That's how we detect points on a box here. So the lines, the flat part of the box, the player will detect with their feelers. But the box actually detects the character in reverse, so that it says, hey, I saw the player's flat side with my feeler, and I need to know how far can they move until they reach that point. And then basically what happens is once you get within range there, if you're going to exceed this point in the next move, it calculates, oh, what's the distance between here and here? And it says, okay, you can only move that amount of distance. And then boom, and that's where he stops. So that you stop right on the edge. As close as floating point math will let you. And that's the basic idea. So that's what those little feelers are for. Now that's the solution we came up with. I don't know if that's the right solution necessarily, or if there's a better one. But we quickly realized that you can really only detect the flat surface of something else. So you have to have the shape detect the player's flat surface as well. And of course this works with flat surfaces only and not, you know, circles. So that's why the circles have to be boiled down to a series of flat surfaces that resemble a circle. Now honestly, you can get pretty low res with it. As long as your visual looks like a circle, the player will never really notice. So you don't need all of these here. You could cut this down to maybe 1/10 of what it is. As long as it generally looks like a circle, people won't even notice. Because the graphic, they won't see the polygon graphic. They'll see some sort of texture over it. They'll see what looks like a circle. And if it moves enough like a circle, then they won't even think twice about it. So we don't need to actually use circles to move around things, which is really cool. So that's how that works. Oh yeah, if you crank the count, it'll slow it down, right? Yeah. Players will fill the blanks in their mind. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, we'll take this one as an example. Well, first let's crank it really high, right? So that we can see the game potentially slowing down. Oh no, oh there it goes. See, so you see the frame skips? Because it's processing too much. Now we have other inefficiencies in the system to dole out, but it does give you the concept at least that the more fidelity on a specific object, the more processing you have to do on it. But if we do this to like, I don't know, 30? It might be a little, that might be too little. Honestly, no. Honestly, if you didn't see the grid there, like that kind of movement, I don't think you'd notice that that's not a circle. If it actually was a circle, like graphic around it, instead of seeing the polygon, you could probably get away with that. It's circle-like enough that they'll just never notice. Because they're not going to focus on that necessarily. They're going to be focusing on, oh, where's the enemy? Where do I have to jump? What do I have to do? And as long as it's circle-like enough, they won't notice that it's not a circle. Yeah, I bet you could get away with that. What, that's 30? That's a 30 count. That's a pretty big circle, too. That's 30 surfaces. I mean, because, like, when you zoom out like this, like, be honest. Do you see the straight lines that make up the circle? Or do you just see a circle? And look at them go. No, you ain't gonna see that. Only if you really, really know what to look for, and you're, like, studying it, then you'll notice it. But if you're just running around, you're not gonna notice that. So you don't have to get super crazy with it. Alright. Let's get back to our tile palettes here. I need now... where is it? 2D tile palette. And we're gonna put this... We're gonna put this over here for now. Where is our tile? Oh, I guess it's everywhere, right? Yeah. Okay, we want to create a new tile palette. And we want to say that the grid is rectangular. I guess we'll go with automatic. I think at some point I'm going to have to fiddle with and figure out the right size that I want. But for now, we're just going to do automatic. And we're going to say test palette, create in tile palettes. All right, and then we need to go here. And I think we just, oops, I think we just drag in these. Does that create a new one? Oh, I guess that created a new one. Maybe? Maybe not. Oh no, look, they're messed up. They're on the wrong thing. Uh-oh. Does it really want them to be center? That's so weird. Or maybe, hold on. Hold on. Is it because the offset sort mode? No, cell size. I wonder now. Oh no, I'm doing the wrong thing. No, I don't want that. How do I? There's a way that you can open them. Here it is. Okay, here's the scale. Offset. Do I do 0.5? Oh, it doesn't let me change it. Oh, here it is. I was selecting the wrong one. 0.5. Negative 0.5. 0.5. Yeah, now that puts it in the right spot now. But it won't let me do it. Oh, because edit's on. Yeah. Okay, now those are fine. Those look okay now. I have a problem with that though. That they're automatically offset like that. I'm not sure the best way to handle that. I mean, I could just wholesale. Oh, that's be negative 0.5. How come that didn't work? Negative 0.5. Yeah. It's getting a little weird here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, now that should all be okay-ish. So get out of edit. select it. It's not. Now it doesn't work. What are we doing here? Hold on. Back over here. Click this. Press E. Wait, why doesn't it work? E is supposed to be erase, right? Eraser. Oh, there it goes. Or was it D? Was it D for delete? And B... I can't draw them now. What is going on? Which one's which here? Oh, well that's not right. Now they're offset the other way. Man, this is a pain. This is a real pain. Okay. Get out of edit. Is this the right one? No. Showing them offset. So this will have to be negative 0.5. But now the other one's screwed up. The other axis is screwed up. Oh god, this is so infuriating. But now the other axis is screwed up. And now the other axis is screwed up. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Delete them. Fuck them. Something's obviously wrong here. We need to get it so it doesn't do this shit to begin with. Now, I don't want to do this because this seems ridiculous, but I'm going to change them all back to center. And I think this is going to screw up everything. Can we update existing? Smart? Yeah, smart, sure. I have a feeling it's going to destroy all of our custom physics shapes, though. Is it? Oh no, it didn't. Okay, thank God. Jesus. Okay, good. Good! Jeez. If I had to do all that again, I'd be really mad. Alright, there's center now. I mean, look, this thing should have nothing to complain about now. We're going to kill the grid. We're going to make a new one. Hold on. Get a clean one here. Test tile map. Oh no, tile anchor, look here. Maybe that's what I had to do. Ah, crap, I probably screwed it up. I probably only had to change this. Okay, now I'm curious. Hold on. Gonna tell me it's gonna override it. That's fine. Okay, hey look, they look fine. I'll go with it. That's cool. They look fine. It looks good. I'm okay with that. We select this one. We don't get that one. What? Oh, it's because edit mode. Oh my god. Select and oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. Jeez. I'm about to have a damn stroke. Okay, we're gonna make our little happy jump around land. Here we go. How about that? Oh, well, we made a mistake, so we want to hit D for delete, and then we can do more stuff. Look at that, isn't that great? Okay, and look at this. You can select multiple tiles. You know what? We're just gonna do one for there. It actually makes it really easy to edit stuff here. You could just select this entire thing if you wanted. In fact, we'll put that on the bottom here. Assuming that we can even do this anyway. I have a feeling he's not going to be able to walk across this properly. But hey, you know, you never know. There, how about that? That's a good starter. So here's the deal. As it is, it will not work. You will just fall right through it. So watch. Actually, you know what? Let me bring the player closer as well. There we go. Now we don't have to walk 100 miles. So it's not going to work. Go right through. Alright, so what happened? It's because when you do a tile map, you need a tile map collider. Now, look, you see that the green boxes are getting drawn just like they are over here? It's because now it's showing the physics. And you notice they're lined up. Might be a little hard to see with this color. They are lined up where we had them. How about that? So, alright. I'm going to have to take a teeny tiny break. I'll be back in just a minute. So hold tight, and then we'll get to see if this actually works or not, or if it completely screws up. So just give me a minute. I'll be right back. And hold on. Alright. Heroic break time music. Yeah, what was it? What was playing? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, Adventure Rebirth had some good tracks. I think it was, what, stage 2? Yeah. The, Lullaby Sent to the Devil. I think that was... I think that was, like, not a stage music in another Castlevania game. And then they kind of remixed it to be a stage music or something like that. Or no, it was the loading track from Castlevania Chronicles, the original one. That was on the Sharp X68000 computer, like old school shit. That had the loading times were so bad in those games, they were like minutes long. So they actually gave you music to listen to. And they remixed that for that. That wasn't that track, I think, but it is in Adventure Rebirth somewhere. It's good. Good music. You alright?
Yeah, it's so much.
Oh. Alright. It's kind of hard not to have heroic music when the Castlevania's going, right? Alright, let's see. Are we ready? Is this gonna work? It didn't. I think I know why, though. Let's see. These are on the layer solid platform, and this collider is probably not. No, it's on default. We'll say solid platform. Never played an X68000 because computers were mega expensive back then, and it was a Japanese exclusive, I think. Oh no, he still doesn't get it? Why? Oh, it doesn't have a rigid body. I bet it needs a rigid body. Let's see. We're gonna say it's a kinematic. Full contacts. We'll say continuous. And start awake is fine. AAA. Oh, constraints? We want to constrain it completely. So it doesn't bounce around. Castlevania, you mean 2D Dark Souls? Yeah. No, it still doesn't work? No way. No way. I wonder why. It don't work. I wonder if our code maybe doesn't handle this. Oh yes, okay, we did need a rigid body. Is getting all that. Hold on, if we go here and select it. Okay, the collider type is sprite. That's good, because that will take it from the sprite itself. Which I guess that makes sense, and we can prove that because it is, well, it's very hard to see, but you can see the green line here. You know what? Let me change the color on these tiles. They're very hard to see. The green line on, so let me change them to purple. Green should stand out on purple, okay. This one. Should be that. No, should be that one. There we go. Save that, export, overwrite, copy. Let's add another. No, not profiler. I mean, we can keep that on there, but I want project. Tile sets, and we're just going to replace the texture here. That way it won't disturb the actual tiles themselves, or shouldn't it? Okay, maybe this will work a little better. And it's still hard to see. It really is. You can barely see the green line here. It's just really difficult, but the fact that you see the green line there means it is pulling that physics shape. Are they Polygon Collider 2D? I don't think so. I think actually on the inside it might be what's called a composite collider. But that should resolve to what is basically a Polygon Collider. But I don't know. Here, to help out with this, I'm going to move this way, and maybe we can see what's going on there. It's definitely not respecting it. I mean, it's on solid. Here, it's on solid platform. When the tile map's active, the renderer doesn't really matter. I mean, we could change stuff with the renderer, but that's not going to change the physics. The physics is here. It's definitely seen it because you can see the green line. It's not a trigger. We don't want it to be a trigger. It's kinematic. Simulated. Maybe I'll tell it to never sleep. In case that it does. But I don't think that's the issue. No, that's not the issue. That's more of a performance thing. Sleeping is when nothing attempts to collide with an object for so many frames. It will go to sleep, so to speak, and it won't even bother checking it until something gets near it again. It's a nice performance thing. The constraints are fine. If you don't have the constraints, if something bumps into it, it may actually rotate it. But we don't want that, right? So that's fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. We don't have a tag, we just got it on the layer. Alright, it might be in the player code. The player may not be programmed to pick them up. So, let's see. Oh, it's gonna give me this? Hold on. I need to regenerate my references here. Oh god, where is that now? Actually, I don't think it's there. I think it's in preferences. Regenerate project files. Here we go. That might work. And then we also want to open center point controller. Let's see. Oh no, this is really old code. You can shorthand this. Just doing this. Oh, that looks so much better. But if you've got more than one line of code, you have to do the full thing. Same thing with this. If this method only has one line of code, just do that. Anyway, that's not what we're looking for. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. Is there a move? There we go. Because we check the collider that's coming in. Now it can be a polygon collider, or it can be or it could be a box collider. We don't handle circle colliders. But we need to find the point where we get, we shoot a raycast. Here's the 4 hits. Get the surface line. Go in here. We send it the raycast hit. Get surface line. Points. Get local points from the collider. Here we go. See, here we are, here we are. If it's a box collider, then we do that. Now we don't need the else here. Because when you return, you're done anyway. Yeah, here it is. I honestly, it's probably an issue where neither, though that collider does not resolve to either a box or a polygon. It's its own thing. So let's see. Actually, hold on. We need. Let me put something there so it creates an error, so I know where to go back to. What's my geometry 2Ds? I used to upload this, but I change it so often that it would actually kind of screw people up by using it. Perhaps in the future I'll update this somewhere. Okay, let's see. Let me think for a moment. What did I originally want to do here? Oh, I need to add tile maps. It's its own little subsection. Tile map collider 2D. Tile call equals collider as tile map collider 2D. And I'm going to say if tile collider does exist, all I'm going to do right now it was a tile collider. Excuse me. Why is that bad? Debug does not contain definition for log? What? The hell it doesn't. Let's see if this actually resolves some error, if the Unity's just being weird. It does! Wait, what? Do I have to specify Unity engine.debug.log? Oh yeah, okay. Something else must also be debug here with the same name. I don't know. That's the only explanation I can think of as to why that wouldn't work. Okay, so we're gonna see if the log gets filled with that message here. Yep, and that's it. It was a tile collider. Okay, so now we need to figure out what the hell a tile collider gives us. Oh no. Get local points from a tile collider now. Great. In fact, since these are just simple return statements, we can just do this. Alright, and essentially all we're gonna do is get local points, and we're gonna tell it to, oh, not tile coal. We'll send it that. It could be as simple as just it has points, but we do not know right now how this is going to work. Also, you never want to do this. This is old code that's really bad. Don't generate an array to send back, for the love of God. Fill a pre-existing list or something. Imagine the headaches that's going to come with needing to fall through a surface or needing to switch the tiles you need to interact with. Simon Belmont going up and down stairs. Yeah, there's a couple ways to do that. I don't think The stairs themselves wouldn't be too big of a problem. I'd be more afraid of like thin platforms that you can like hold down and press jump to go through them. Those ones are scary. I don't know a really great way to handle that yet. But before, when I said like, oh, it might not work because the tile map's not in the right layer, you could have different layers. So like one is stairs and one is solid floor layer. And that way you could keep those two separate and you could interact with stairs in a different way that you interact with solid floors. So that part's actually not too bad. That's where I would start to do something like that. We get points? Got points? No. Oh, I didn't spell it wrong. Okay, what do we get? Do we got points? Can I just get points? I can't just get... Oh no, I spelled it wrong again. Oh my god. Here, okay, finally, for the love of God, can we get points? Closest point. We cannot get points. Oh no. Oh, Jesus. Okay, what now? Oh, it's a composite. We get points from that? We can get a point count. Closest point over that. Wait, why would you have a point count but you wouldn't have points? Alright, let's take a look. Here's path count. Point count. Might be able to get a path. Let's see. Yeah, you can get path. Okay. Can you get path off of this? You cannot. Okay, we're probably gonna have to use the composite. Let's see. Get the composite that is available to be attached to the collider. Do all colliders have composite? Oh no, they've all got a composite. Jesus, I don't know if this is gonna... Alright. Let's take a look at all the stuff in here. I don't know if a composite is automatically there, or if we'd have to do something to create that. A composite collider is taking multiple colliders and you know, making one big one out of them. I mean, that's kind of what we want, to be honest, but oh man, if you had to do that for the entire thing, oh, that's nasty. If you had a big tile set, man, that could incur a lot of slowdown, because you're checking every point in the entire thing. I don't know, man. Oh, overlap collider, overlap point. Oh, those are just baked in from Collider 2D. Check the collider overlaps and all that. Yeah, don't need that. Shape count. This is whether the collider will be used or not. Used by the composite collider. Oh boy, I think we're gonna have to do some reading. One more quick look here, see if anything jumps out to me. Activate typing layers, trigger maximum tile change count. Oh, that's for editing. Offset, overlap, player, overlap, point, process stop, changes, raycast, send message, shape count. See, now this would be cool if I could access the shapes, but it doesn't look like I can do that. Okay. Unity, get points from tile map collider 2D. Okay, let's see what we get. I like this song. It's good. It's the ship stage from Rondo. Yeah, collider. Turns point in the perimeter of this collider that's closest to the specified position. Don't think that will get us what we want. Creates a planar mesh that is identical to the area defined by the collider 2D camera. I don't think that's what we want.
Blah, 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 blah. Why don't you kiss a girl, loser?
Okay.
Mwah. Love you. Love the plan worked perfectly, everybody.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't see anything here that looks like it's gonna give me an easy thing here. Oh boy. How do you use this documentation through your workflow? Share your experience with us and take the survey. Maybe later. Going back to Google. I'll pull it off screen. Oh, this is the loading BGM I was telling you about. Yeah, stage 4. See Chronicles file select? Is the title. I'm pretty sure it played while the game was loading from the disc. If I recall correctly. Because it's called Load BGM in the original OST. But it's a good song. It's literally a loading screen song, but it's so good. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Somebody else had a problem. Getting points revert. Oh no, nobody answered him? Oh, come on. Oh, wait, oh, there's not any result? I'm facing the same problem. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this is my life. Looking up an answer. There's like 10 people asking the same question and nobody has the answer. How would I get the vertices? Oh. You can get them from a polygon collider, but not a tile map collider. Yeah. Tragic programming dilemma. Yeah, for real, right? I mean, this is a stupid idea, but could you just cast a tile map collider into a polygon collider and then read the points? Or would it get, like, really mad about that? Hey, you know what? Sometimes stupid ideas save me a lot of time. So, let's see. Polygon collider 2D poly equals tile call as polygon. If this works, I'm gonna scream. No? Does it tell me right away? Cannot convert from tile map to polygon. Okay. Well, at least it tells me that instead of producing an error at runtime. Come on. What a pain. Okay. Guess that's not that. I mean, I think that we would be able to potentially do this with composite, but I think that's the nuclear option. Alright, what's this one? Best way to detect individual tile map collider 2D colliders. Hey, all. Should say y'all. Hey, y'all. Trying to detect if there are colliders around my AI character as part of an obstacle, sure, whatever. If I perform a circle cast, which encompasses 2 unique squares on the tile map collider, only 1 collision point will be returned. Ah, yeah. Similarly, if I use overlap circle all, singular tile map object will get returned. Yeah, so he's saying, what he's saying is, I'm getting, I try to run into the tile collider, and I only get one of these collisions to come back, a tile map collider collision. It doesn't give you like multiple hits on each tile. Where is that? Where's my window? Is there any way to return multiple collision points from the tile map collider 2D? Want your character to know when there's collision on both above and below and blah blah blah. Unfortunately, Raycast can only return a result per object, and since the tile map collider is attached to one tile map object, it will never log multiple hits. It just logs the first hit it receives. If all you want to know is whether tiles are nearby, one way around it is to keep a constant list of the nearby grid positions. Oh my fucking god, really? And, oh no. And the list object would be a class of structures containing the X and Y. Yeah. And then use the get tile and look at the tile on the tile map. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. For example, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's a classical way to look at it. When I made my old Castlevania Tech demo way back in 2008, 2009, this was the method that I used to interact with the tile map. I basically, I checked where the character was on the map in terms of tiles, and then I based the movement off of that. Why didn't they just give them Polygon Collider 2D? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why wouldn't it just give you back each and every little collider here? Now, these tile maps do work different. Like, you've noticed, perhaps, that when you look at this, like, it's one thing. It has multiple objects in it, but you don't see the objects under it. They're kind of like pseudo-objects. So maybe they can't work in the same way, you know, with the way their collision system is done. Thank God for version control. Yep! Version control is a damn godsend. I used to, before I knew what version control was, I used to just copy the folder, the entire project, copy and paste the entire project every time I was going to do something, every time I was going to work on it. Because I knew something was going to screw up and I have to go back to the old one. Version control makes that a lot better and a lot easier to manage. No more copy pasting folders for me. That takes up a lot of space when you when your project starts to grow too. I mean, version control is bad enough, but imagine copying every single file for every version. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm going to add a composite collider to this. And let's see, trigger geometry type outlines, polygons. I don't know the difference. We'll do polygons first. Generation type synchronous or manual? I guess synchronous. Vertex distance, I don't know what that does. Offset distance, also don't know what that does. No contacts. As far as I'm aware, what a composite collider does is it takes everything inside of it and it kind of like melts it into one giant shape. Yeah, I don't know. Man. It looks like it didn't pick it up though. It found the rigid body, but it looks like it didn't really see the fact that this is here. So when I hit regenerate collider, it doesn't do anything. But watch this. If I add can't you just add a box to the object sprites? Circle, capsule, square? No, that's just a sprite. Alright, let me add a component here. Box collider 2D. Now if we hit regen... Oh, it doesn't work here either. Really? Okay, hold on. Maybe they can't be on the same object. Let me move it to... I can't move it. Can I copy it? Copy component. Let's move it to here. Okay. And then we're going to go here. We're going to delete this. Oh. Get rid of this one. And then this one. So if we go here, it still doesn't find it. Even though box collider is here. Hello. What's up? Oh, well, hello, and I love you too.
Hi, Internet. I love you too.
You're nice and warm.
You're nice and cool.
It's
I'm doing
cold.
housework though, so it's making me warm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I was gonna say it's cold, but keep the air on.
Go on, buddy. I need your permission.
Oh. I mean, this is a legitimate box collider, so I don't know why the composite's not picking it up. I don't know. We're gonna have to look that up too now. I used it before one time. I thought you just put it there. Alright. Yeah. Alright. We want... Let's go back to Google. Unity. Composite collider 2D. If I can spell it right, be great. I did say 2D, right, and not 3D? Where is... Yeah, I did say 2D. Okay. Alright, let's read. Switch to scripting. Yeah, we'll read this part first. Oh boy. Wait, a box collider 2D and polygon collider 2D components have been used by composite. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have to check that? Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, now it picked it up. Yeah. Cool. Uh-oh. Is it this giant box? What happened? Well, let me get... If I take this one out, what happens? And there we go. We'll get... See how it made a shape out of it? There we go. Okay, I'm dumb. I just didn't click the use by composite. I mean, that should work. Let's see, or an outline. I think the outline is what I'm looking for. Yeah, watch this actually work. Oh, I hit the thing. Oh wait, no, hold on. It's not going to work just yet because we need to code it to get composite. So comp dot. There's not going to be a points, right? Yeah. So we have to get path. Get path. Oh shit! How are we going to do this? There should only be one path. Yeah, alright. We're doing this the quick and dirty way. Index 0. Path. Is that gonna work? No, it's not gonna like it on the sign. Okay, here. Going to make this. I'm gonna be a good little boy, and I'm going to make this a static list here to cut down a garbage collection. Wait, why is it whiz utils? No, just do the normal one. Oh, because I don't have. Yeah. System dot collections dot generic. Okay, get path. Let me give it that name. That's probably better name. And here's the dirty. We're just going to pass it back as an array. So we're still generating lots of garbage. But this is old code. And we're just going to slap it together. So why would you use the polygon over the outline? Is it because there might be performance gain because it looked like there might have been less points overall because of the complex shape? That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I'd have to play with it to see what the real difference there is. It's possible that the outline collider causes it to actually interact as a line collider and not like a volume collider. If that's the case, then we don't want to use outline and we'll want to use polygon. But I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna figure this out in real time, so we'll see, I guess. And also here, unityengine.debug.log. I'm gonna say yeah, I don't do that. Let's do I'm gonna output how many paths are here. So path count is gonna be this path count. I have a feeling it's only gonna be one, but I don't know. So we're gonna play with it and see what happens. Oh, and we have to go back to the future. We need a composite collider here. Call it comp. We are not dealing with tile maps directly right now. Alright, we'll try it first with the outline, see what happens. Test number 1, run into it. What happens? Hey, no. No such luck. Okay, let's change it to polygons. No? What? Oh, wait. Alright, we're on the wrong layer again. Gotta change it to solid platform. That might have had something to do with it. Hey! Hey! Look at it go! Look at him go! He's getting stuck like I thought he would, but... Oh wow, he's super stuck. Uh-oh. Divide by 0? What is going on? Uh-oh. Where did this screw up? Okay, well before we do that, I want to put it back to outline and see what happens. I'm just curious if it'll actually like work at all or not. It does, sort of, but he got divide by 0 exception, so he got screwed up, but... Okay, so outline and polygon do work to some degree. It just gets really unhappy when you reach a point. Yeah, okay, well... Alright. We're gonna wanna put a breakpoint here. So I'm assuming if range max is less than or equal to 0, debug.log. Oh. Oh, not editor. Unity engine. The debug.log. Range max was... Oh, I got that. If you want to insert values like that, you got to put a $sign before the string. And then you have to spell your shit correctly. Yeah, and if this also happens, instead of bombing out, what would be a reasonable response here? Let's see, let's go to Google. We modulate something by 0, what happens? Google calculator. Okay, I mean this should be fairly safe to show on stream. Okay, so if we have like 5 and we want to modulate it by... What's modulate? I don't see it. Should be able to do it. Oh, here it is. We wanted it like by 2, right? Wait, why did it times 2? Hold on. Clear. 5 mod 2. Wait, that's not what I expect. Why is it times 2? No, I don't want times 2. I don't know what's going on. It's not doing what I think it's gonna do. Alright, this doesn't work the way I think it was going to. I don't want times though. Well, what the hell is that supposed to be? What is that? Or is this like literal percent? It must be 5%. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't know, maybe this calculator can't do it. I thought it could. Alright, well, screw that. Hold on. So like a scientific mode? Hey, this looks like it's got a whole bunch of shit. Enter a problem. 5 mod 2. What do we get? solution. Okay, that's cool. Like, I don't... Yeah, hide step. Just show me the... That is not what I'm looking for. I don't know. This is not same as... Hey, we got a link. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, when I program it, I use the % sign, but maybe that's not... Google search 5mod2. Oh, okay. That works. I'm guessing that the in-language operator is not the same one that you would use normally. Okay. Google.com 5mod2. Hey! There it is. Modulo. Yeah, sure. Like, how do you actually input that, though? Oh, well, we'll just do it here. So, okay. 5mod2 is 1, right? Well, what's 5mod0? Is undefined? Why is nmod0 undefined? Oh, jeez. Oh, no. This is look at these symbols! I don't know this shit. Get me out of here, come back! We're in too deep. Okay. So, the point being, it's a NAND. It's not gonna be a real answer. So what do we do? Do we just send back 0? You know what, whatever. We're just gonna return 0. And see what happens, right? Okay. We're just gonna return 0. That's fine. Yeah, we'll log that there was an error. I'm gonna say log error, because it really is. We shouldn't be sending it that. And then we're gonna return 0 instead of crashing. How about that? Maybe return -1 so it's outside. I was thinking that too, right? Yeah. That's a good point. Because it would be outside of the range. Because 0 is a legitimate answer. But yeah, we'll give it a -1. There you go. That way you know it's bumpkus. Alright, let's see. Make sure that's the actual issue here. What? It still did it? Where? Oh no. Wait, maybe it was 0 mod something that went haywire. Alright, hold up. I guess if either of them are 0, you don't want it, right? 0 mod 5. 0 mod 5 is 0, so if number is equal to 0, return 0. Okay. Oh yeah, and that we don't need to hide that behind an editor thing. In fact, let's move it down, just in case we decided to mod something by 0 and we didn't want to do that. Okay, there we go. Does that solve our problem? Thanks, Google. Oh no, what? How are we still getting to divide by 0? How did it bypass this? What? It pointed to this line here. Number mod range. So one of these is 0. If this one was 0, it would dump out here. If the other one was 0, it would dump out here. So what's the problem? Did I spell this right? Unity editor? Yeah. Maybe it's not catching that precompiler? That's the only thing I can think of. If it does it again, then yeah, we'll just... I did it wrong? I spelled it wrong? I spelled it wrong. Yeah, that's it. I spelled it wrong. I'm dumb. There we are. Oh, God. Welcome to my life. Okay. Whoa, index out of range. What is going on? Oh, because it's probably getting back 0.0 or something. Okay, hey, well... Oh, because of this, somebody was sending 0. Naughty, okay. Start debugger. You don't have an extension for debugging. Oh, where are we? Show all configurations. Add configuration. Unity. Okay, yep, okay. Okay. Some piece of code being naughty and sending 0. Who's sending 0? Who are you? My call stack here. No. Come here. Where did you get 0? Length? Where'd length come from? World points? Length? Okay. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it was getting 0 points here somehow. Okay, get world points. Yeah, it was bouncing here somewhere. Oh, I've got another. Oh, world points. Yeah. Okay, hold on. We didn't add code to get world points from this thing, so it's bouncing. Here, let's clean this up a little, and then we'll add the composite collider world points here. Okay. We're gonna want to go here. Okay, and then transform points. Okay. Here, how about this? We're gonna cache that transform because every time you make a call to find a transform, you actually get penalized for that. We could probably come up with a way better way to cache and monitor this stuff, but for now, because we're doing quick and dirty, we're just gonna do it this way. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get local points and feed it the comp, get the points, and send it through here. And we're gonna transform the point, and then we return the points. Quick and dirty, a lot of garbage collection going on here because I'm using arrays, but I don't have time to recode the entire system to use lists instead. Essentially, this is legacy code at this point, and we are just trying to figure it out, and I can always... no, it's our time up. But we'll get through this. We're figuring it out. We're exploring together, having a good time. What could go wrong? Hey, let's make sure we actually finish this too, right? Yeah, okay, that looks okay. It wouldn't get world points. I don't know how it even worked at all if it wouldn't get world points. But hey, you know? Oh, you know why? Because it only happened when it was at the end of the line. Oh, look at it go! Oh my god, look at him go! Look at him go! Oh shit, he's working. Well, sort of. He didn't like the side here. He's not happy with that. But hey, he's going. He's going. Holy shit. All right. Let's take out that log there. Oh my god, look at him go. He's not getting caught. Look at him go. And we're still getting a couple of mod zeros here. Where are they coming in from? Apparently it's not enough to derail the system somehow, but here we go. Oh, it tries to get, Apparently it's not hurting it, whatever the case is. Is impact too close to line ref? Well, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'd have to look at that in much greater detail, more time than I have right here. So, I mean, it's working. It's working. Okay, so here's the thing. Two things. I want to, one, reduce the size of this again, so we have to jump on it. And now we were using outline, and you notice that we were able to like walk through walls and stuff. Now I'm gonna change this to polygons and see if now the walls work. Oh. They do not. They do not. Something's not catching there. Hey, we're getting part of the way there though. Oh god, what happened there? Oh no, why did it do that? Oh, you know why? This might be a second path, and it's not capturing the second path. We might have to treat each path as a separate collision to check with an object. But that is definitely out of the scope of tonight. Oh no! Oh no, that's just the playlist. It wasn't Unity. And hey, I mean, it partially works. We do get stuck on here a little bit, which that's to be expected. But yeah, the reason that it's working good here is because it's using the composite collider. It's turning this into one giant polygon collider, essentially. That's what's really going on. And that's fine. Like, that works out okay. I don't know if you can chunk out these. So you would only do a set bunch, but... Hey, the right side collision is working here. Just the left side's not? Well, that is. Oh. Oh, it's only when you get here and then it gets wonky. Well, whatever. What about the weird tile? This one? Oh yeah. You want to see? Wait, no, this one's okay. It composited it into one thing here. Oh, hold on, I hit the wrong button. Oh, you mean the curve tile? Yeah, we'll do the curve tile. We'll do the curve tile. So I think what happened here, there's not even a difference between these two tiles. It just said, oh, that's close enough. It just made it one ramp. So that avoided that issue. But you're right. Let's put some weird tile in there and see what happens. Let's give him a weirdie. I'm going to do it down here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that because we know that doesn't work right now. Can we flip these? Move selection. Can we like rotate them or anything? Oh, you can? Look, you can flip them. Look, you can rotate them. Look at that. You can rotate them. Uh-oh, what'd I do? I pressed H. Did that? Oh, it just hit it. Okay, Jesus. That gave me a heart attack. Alright, hold on. Let's go to tile map controls here. That's tile map collider. Let's go to a normal tile map and see what the thing is here. Oh, that's not what I want. Here we are. So when we're editing, well, it doesn't say how to edit. Tile palette? Oh, wait. Painting tiles. Here we go. We will, Tim, very soon. I gotta get my schedule in order first. So it's gonna be a week or so. Okay, I use the brackets to rotate. But, oh, here it is. Flip it is shift bracket, but the rotate is just bracket. Okay. You got it. You got your input thing to work? Hey, there we go. We're both figuring something out. Uh-oh. The binding shift conflicts with multiple commands. What? You can choose to perform a single command, rebind a shortcut to selected command. Yeah, that's the one I want. Invalid operation? Oh no, now it's gone crazy. Oh my god. Just perform the selected, would you? Oh, it doesn't. It breaks. I don't know. Something's broken with it. That's a Unity problem. That ain't me. Alright, well, whatever. There we go. A whole bunch of crap. I guess you can't just select a tile and move it. I think you have to select and then hit move, and then you can move it. I just kind of wanted to, you know, it'd be easier to just make more 4 here. I wanted to space them out a little bit. And then we can take this and then move it. How about that? Okay, now, yeah, let's try the weird tiles, see what happens. Well, it's a little fucky. I kind of expected it to be that way, but it does actually work though. You do see him able to walk up and down it, at least to a limited degree. Look at that. Yep, and there it works. Sort of. Sort of works. But that's on my engine. I don't think that it's the tile map itself is causing the issue. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. To walk right down it and all around it. Yeah, this is gonna be a powerful tool if we can get it working the way we want. Should be a wall? It seems like it finds it as a wall on the left, but when you go to the right, it doesn't find a wall. It lets you walk up. So, I don't know. Floating point? Turn rotate on? Okay. Yeah, well, you got definitely a different result on left and right. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, got stuck inside. trying to do it in float mode, but it's getting all weird. Well, I mean, it sort of works. If you programmed your movement correctly, like we did not, it would probably work out all right. You can definitely see, you can definitely see he's going down here. I mean, that's part of why I did the path here. But you can see, look, you can see he's actually following the path that we defined in the tile. He is actually following the correct path, and he dumps out. So it's absolutely working. Yeah, you can see it here. He landed just to the left of the point, up on top, and then he followed all the way down and out. The 2 up pixels are a wall? Oh, you mean this should be a wall? I just approximated from here to here. And it just is what it is. I mean, you wouldn't use that level of nuance, really, in this kind of game. If you're gonna go for, like, pixel graphics. Because it would come off a little strange to the player. The way that it would work, but, yeah, I'm surprised it works as well as it does, though. Though we do get some goofy trying to mod by zero stuff, but at least since we're passing it at a -1, it's not trying to process them, so I'm glad that it works the way it does, though. Or let me rephrase that. I'm glad it works as well as it does, even at this broken level. It gives me hope, at least, right? And hope's good. Yeah, anyway, I guess that's where I'm gonna stop today. Instead of... We're already over time anyway. And I'll have to figure out... I'll have to fiddle with it. And just grind out, you know, how to... excuse me. Stretching and yawning at the same time. Yeah, I'll just have to figure out on off-air time a bit more how it works. And that's just going to be a bunch of boring reading, so I think this is a pretty good place to stop. Actually, I'm honestly surprised it took this long to get this far. But I didn't expect the tile collider to be such a pain. But that's okay. Whatever, man. It is what it is. You just got to deal with the reality of it. So, it's cool though. It's cool. I don't, realistically, I don't know how... what do I want to say? I don't know how this is going to work out efficiency-wise as things go forward. This may not be the solution that we go with, you know, using the composite and stuff. Might have to find a more nuanced way to handle this. However, the composite certainly helps. And if we can get, yeah, man, I don't know. It's going to get complicated either way. It certainly helps in the short term because it bakes down the collisions or the colliders into like one big shape, and that's fine. But at some point, as you've seen, one big shape is going to become a problem. It will become a nightmare to maintain because the performance implication, as we've seen with the circle turning into a polygon, the more points you have, the more you've got to process, and that's no good. As Sonic said, that's no good. So, yeah, I don't know. This is going to take a bit to figure out, I think. You know, the optimal solution, but hey, when I get the answer, I'll be back and I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability. How about that? That's all I can promise right now. So, anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out today. Our schedule. So there's no way to cut off anything outside of a distance from the player camera? There is, but if it's all on the same tile map, I don't know if the composite collider will let you do that. You might have to find a way to split things up into chunks, and I have to read about it. I don't know enough about it at this moment to know how that's going to behave. If it'll automatically split things up into chunks, or if you have to manually do it, or whatever. And if you have to manually do it, then we have to figure out how to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that yet. So I'm going to have to read some of this stuff on my own. Can you show the game? The game's right here. Did you just walk in? There you go. Here's the game. It's very early in development, but it's going. He's a running, he's a jumping. He can run up hills sometimes, sometimes not. He can bump his head. He sometimes gets stuck, sometimes doesn't. We gotta work the glitches out. He can stand on a point. How about that? Amazing. Oh, that was a wall. He slid down. There you go. But I'm very sorry the stream is ending now, so... let's see, you're on YouTube, right? Yeah, you can rewind and check out the earlier... You can check out the whole thing. I don't delete the VODs, so... You can go ahead and take a look at that. Time warp. Yeah, that's what I like about, the YouTube stream. Like, Twitch doesn't let you rewind, but YouTube will let you rewind in real time. And so if you come late, you can just start it over and watch from the beginning. Like, obviously chat and stuff is going to be in the future, but you'll be able to see the stream as it was back then. I really like that feature. Yeah, anyway, so today's Thursday. Retro Mansion game is on Thursdays, and Sunday. Oh, this Sunday I'm not going to be here, right? Yeah, because it's going to be July 4th. So no, not this Sunday. We're not doing gameplay this Sunday. No, no, no. Have I ever made a first-person shooter game? No, I don't have any interest in first-person shooter games. But I'll be back on Monday. We'll be here on Monday with Pocket Fighter EX development, but no gameplay on Sunday this week because July 4th, it's an American holiday, and I'm not going to be here to stream, so there's going to be no stream. And that's pretty much it for that. So if you liked what you saw here today and you want to support my personal efforts in game development, you can head over to patreon.com/GameDevScrubs, links down below, and I should put a link in chat, because that would be the thing to do. There it is. Super grateful to everybody that contributes. You can get preview builds of the stuff that I work on there, so check that out. And we've got these are Patreon still, because it's like the first day of the month, Patreon's still processing who's in and who's out. So I'm going to read off the June patron list, because the July patron list is like currently being calculated. So if your name's not on there yet, that's why. And we'll see. We'll see not Sunday, but Monday. Monday I'll have the full July patron list. So anyway, that caveat out of the way. So if your name's not in here, that's why, even though it's July 1st. Alex Smith, Mugen, David Leonard, Garen Johnson, Cameron Lyle, Very Next, Awakened Emperor, Angel, Rory Luis, Mike Cruz, Taryn Williams, Bryce Nagalingam, AJ, Alex D, and Grave Spirit, Omega Kyo, Miles Griffin, Ben K, D Money 107, and LD Walker. Thank you guys very much. You were very generous. I appreciate it. It helps me devote more time to doing this kind of stuff. So I'm very, very grateful. So everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you not Sunday, but Monday. So everybody have a good one, and scrub out.